You're welcome back, and in this model, we're going to be talking about cyber crimes, pitfalls to avoid. First on our list is one of the most disturbing and yet most popular acts of cybercrime, which is fake news, disinformation. That's deliberate misinformation or hoax spread via traditional print and broadcast news media or online social media. So, fake news is the process of deliberately giving the wrong information to people for a particular purpose through print media, social media, broadcast news media. So how do you spot a fake news? Because being a responsible cyber citizen, you have to be able to spot fake news and equally flag it, not just spot it. You must be able to discourage the act of spreading fake news. So how do you spot fake news? Read beyond the headline and post. That is, investigate beyond what you see in one post. Consider the reputation of the source and author. Whoever sends a post can make it very easier for you to spot whether it's authentic or not. For example, we're talking about let's say the Federal University of Agriculture is declaring that Thursday, Friday are lecture free days. You saw it from a post on Instagram by one of the school blogs, and you take it, you don't go to class, and then you find out that your lecturer came on Thursday and Friday. Then you wonder how. The best way to have confirmed is by going to the university website, check the news. Is it in the news? Is it in the university bulletin? If you can't confirm through those reliable sources, please do not trust or rely on information that cannot be confirmed from a reliable source or a source with reputation or a reliable author. So you check other sources, especially traditional media. If you see it in news A, make sure you check news B and C if they're reporting the same thing. That further encourages, or that further increases the tendency of credibility. And another option is that you ask the expert. You go on to www.factchecknigeria.com to check if your news is authentic. As a responsible citizen, a responsible cyber citizen, you must fact check and flag fake news in your groups. So if in your WhatsApp group someone comes and just posts something that is unconfirmed and is a form of misinformation, it is important that you confirm first, then flag such news. Do not post unless you have verified it yourself. That is also very important. Don't be a part to the instigation of fake news. It's very important. And moving on, examples of fake news. Very popular example of one that happened in the year 2019 was Buhari's fake news. Buhari's wedding. A woman who allegedly claimed was supposed to get married to Buhari, to the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And it was a big deal. There were pictures to prove it. There were doctored pictures, and there was an invite, and it was all over the internet. It was on blogs, it was newspaper, it was on TV stations, but it was fake news. And when the presidency released an official statement, they cleared the air on it being fake news. So you should examine that incident and understand better how to deal with unconfirmed information. Hate speech, which is another cybercrime act. Propagation of inciting materials, insulting statements and or communications that express hate or incite violence. By the way, incite here means instigate, or that encourages violence towards a person or group based on something such as race, religion, sex, color, descent, or national or ethnic origin through a computer system or network, e.g. Facebook and Twitter. So it's important that as a cyber citizen, you desist from encouraging such posts or such acts of defamation. So as a responsible citizen, you should not share inciting materials or posts and you must always watch your language. Be careful to not, I repeat, be careful to not be found, sharing offensive languages on the internet. You do not know what the extent of your insults or your comments go in people's lives. Sometimes can be very, very harmful. Now moving on, the cyber stalking or cyberbullying. The use of internet or other electronic means to stalk, that's to have an unwanted or repeated surveillance of someone, or harass or threaten individuals, groups, or organizations. It may include false accusations, defamation, slander, and libel intended to cause annoyance, inconvenience, danger, obstruction, insult, injury, criminal intimidation, enmity, hatred, ill will, or needless anxiety. It is important that you desist from such activities. Do not be a part to cyber stalking or cyber bullying. These things, the things that happen on the internet go way beyond the internet. We've had situations where people have been cyber bullied or cyber stalked, and it led to suicide, or it led to them harming themselves. The things you post on the internet have very realistic and very personal implications. So be very careful with the kind of details or information that you put out there and the way you relate with people on the internet. So keep your personal information private. Do not overshare. Social media is not a diary. Don't post everything about yourself on social media. It exposes you to things such as cyber stalking, cyber bullying. Use your privacy settings. Not everybody has to be able to see your post or see your details. And make sure you block anyone you feel is a perpetrator of this crime. Do not hesitate to block them from your account. Be cautious when meeting online friends in person. Always make sure you meet them in public places and during the day. Do not meet someone you met online and have been chatting with on Facebook for a year in his personal house or in a personal house. We've had stories and unfortunate cases of people that met online and met in person just for one of them to perpetrate an evil activity on the other person. So it's very important when meeting someone. Be cautious when meeting online friends in person. Confirm your followers and likes before accepting. Don't always be about the likes, about the number of followers. Make sure you don't have unwanted people out there. So there's something called cyber squatting. Intentionally takes or makes use of a name, business name, trademark, domain name, or other word, phrase registered, owned, or used by any individual, group, organization, or government in Nigeria or on the internet and any other computer network without authority or right. So it's the process of using someone's name or using someone's trademark without their authority, without the right of ownership. So it's like you borrow, I repeat, you maliciously borrow someone else's identity to do whatever you're doing. And the purpose of this is to obstruct usage by the owner. It obstructs the usage by the owner. You're depending on the goodwill associated with the person's trademark, which can be very harmful to the person's brand or business, and that is a very criminal offense. And then the next module we're going to be talking about Nigeria cyber laws. I hope you've been enjoying the course so far. Please be sure to reserve your questions and comments, and yes, that's it for the last module. Thank you.